Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Here we are at the beginning of a new week, another opportunity to see God at work and to be so thankful for all that He's done for us. Now, I don't know about you, but I see God all the time. I don't see Him in a human form. I see His handiwork. I see His goodness. I see His love and His grace. And this week, here in the middle of January, I want to take all week and talk about what some verses the Bible mentions of God's works. And I want to start with Psalm 66 and the first verse and a few other verses that read this way. Shout joyful praises to God, all the earth. Sing about the glory of his name. Tell the world how glorious he is. Say to God, how awesome are your deeds. Your enemies cringe before your mighty power. Everything, everything on earth will worship you. They will sing your praises, shouting your name in glorious songs. And then verse 5 says, come and see what God has done, what awesome miracles he performs for people. The psalmist here is talking about seeing God and responding to that. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen God before. I'm sure some of you have never even thought to look for him, but he's all around us with his creation, with his miracles, and he's always been around us. We just maybe didn't notice. So the first four verses here talk about God, and then the last verse talks about us. So let's take another look at this and say a few words. Starts out by saying, shout joyful praises to God, all the earth. Sing about the glory of his name. All of the earth, not just a few people. The Bible says all of nature proclaims God's majesty. I know sometimes I'm out walking the dog in the late afternoon or even early morning, and there won't be anybody around but me and the dog. And I'll hear the trees knocking on each other from the wind, I suppose. It's as though they're talking to each other. Now, I don't speak their language, so I can't tell you what they're saying, but I bet you it's something sweet. It's something marvelous when we think of God's creation. It says, sing about it to the whole world. Say to God, how awesome are your deeds. You know, recognizing the awesomeness of God is not hard. It's really pretty easy to do. But first you have to see it. You have to see its awesomeness. And around here, we are so fortunate that we've got hills and valleys, and you can go up on a ridge and you can look out for miles and you see his handiwork. And you go, wow, how did that happen? And nowadays, the last few weeks anyway, we've been getting snow around here, and it's a wet snow, so it clings to the trees, and each branch has its own little section of it, and each hill has its own white cover, and it's really I wish I were a painter, because you could paint some marvelous scenes by just copying what God has done. And then it goes on and it says, everything on earth will worship you, God. They will sing your praises. Do you sing praises to God? Is that what you do first thing in the morning? Is that what you do the last thing before going to bed? Is that what you do in the middle of the day? I know a lot of people that say things to God, but they're not praises. But why not? Recognize how awesome He is, how He made you with all of your faults and all of your imperfections and all of your abilities and all of your promises. As long as you're not dead yet, you still got time to do things for God. That's right. The only time you quit having a chance to do things for God is when you're dead. But then it goes on and it says this, and this is a command to you and to me. Come and see what our God has done. What awesome miracles He performs for people. Come and see. Stop what you're doing. Get out of your rut. Take a moment off. Quit stuffing your face or watching the TV or something. Come and see. Get up. Go look and see what God's doing. Now I got to tell you a sight I noticed this morning. Out our bedroom window, we have a really large rhododendron. It's probably 6 feet tall, and I don't know, probably 6 feet across. And if you've ever seen rhododendrons, they got jagged leaves and they've got branches here and there. Whatever they are, they're not smooth. And I looked at that rhododendron this morning after a couple of days and nights of light snow, and it's got this coating on it. And the coating makes a perfect, evenly smooth top ball. So you look at it, you think, wow, this is a rounded something, but it's not. But the power of one little snowflake attached to another, attached to another, attached to another, creates a whole different view of what's right in front of my window. When God works in our lives, He takes one little piece and He attaches another little piece, then He attaches another little piece, and before you know it, He's created this humongous something that's different. But you have to look to see it. He's not going to pound you on the head. He's not going to get in your face and trash talk you. He's going to speak quietly to your inner heart, to your soul. And He's going to whisper and say something like, "Do you see me? Did you notice?" I hope this week, and as we read some of these passages, that you'll start to look for Him in a new way. Try to see Him in places you never dreamed of seeing Him before. Look for Him all around you because He's always there. And as the end of this passage says, I'll read it one more time. What awesome miracles He performs for people. That's you and that's me. Well, I hope you think about it this week. Hope you have a really good week. If you have a need or a prayer concern, let us know. We'll do everything we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Thanks for listening. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.